This is an official Scottish production.
What's up, y'all? It's Bree from Young, Safe, and Free. This is so exciting. This is my first video for you guys. So it's going to be today's Tuesday talk. So I'm going to talk about what I talked about last week before my video was rudely cut off because this Georgia son is disrespectful and had my phone overheating when I was on Instagram. So what I was talking about was being confident about the God that I serve, the God that we all serve. Well, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you serve the same God too. But I was having a conversation with Candace Armour last week. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but she is the founder of Epic Fab Girl, and she's amazing. She's super amazing. And she's actually hosting a retreat. This isn't what this video is about, but me and her were talking about it, and she was just like, yeah, because you need to be more confident. I think she was like, she thinks that I will benefit from the retreat because I need to be more confident in what I'm doing. And she was like, it's a really great idea, but you just need to be more confident. And I was just like, I guess. And I knew where she was coming from, so it wasn't like I disagreed or anything. But and I started thinking, like, the next day, which just happened to be that Tuesday when I was doing the video, and I was like, if God gave me this idea, then I should be confident that He'll make a way for me. He'll have, steps for me. He'll know He has direction for me. Even if I don't know what it is, or if I don't really understand it, I still have to take those steps. And I really started to think about all of the things that I've been through and how it was like I would get shook by what I saw. And not like, I wanted to get, in my mind, I really want to get to a place where I'm so confident in God that stuff can happen and I'll be like, it's all right. God gonna get me through it. God gonna get me through it. And not, instead of having that initial fear when it happens. So like last year, 2018 was a really rough year for me. It was very, 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 very stressful, like very stressful. So I'll go back to, my grandmother had a stroke in May of last year. And it's been really tough since she's had it. She's had a lot of health issues. And when she had the stroke, my heart dropped immediately. One, because I was the one that had to take her to the hospital. Nobody else, I don't have a lot of family here in Augusta. So it's literally me, my parents, and my grandmother. That's it. My parents weren't answering the phone. My grandmother was on the phone with my cousin who lives in Texas when it happened. And she called me and was like, you need to take grandma to the hospital right now. She's like, I tried to call auntie, but she's not answering the phone, blah, blah, auntie as in my mama. And so, I had a lot of responsibility left on me for my grandmother. And I got very upset. She's the only grandparent I have left. I never knew my grandmother on my dad's side. My grandmother on his side, which is his godmother, she died when I was 20, I think. And when she died, we weren't actually told. We weren't formally told. We just found out through grapevine. And then my grandfather on my mom's side died when I was 19. My grandfather on my dad's side, who I didn't have a relationship with, died when I was 25. But the day before we buried him the day before my 25th birthday. So it's been, it's my grandma and me and my grandmother are really, really close. I act just like her. I look like her. And it's, she's my heart. I love her. And so it hit me really hard. When my cousin called me, my heart dropped so far. I immediately knew that she was going to die. And I immediately thought she was going to die. I couldn't even pray in that moment. I couldn't even talk to God in that moment. I texted my first lady and was like, listen, I got to go take my grandmother to the hospital. She had a stroke. I don't know what to do. And she was like, I'm praying for y'all. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I'm like, first, I can't even pray. I'm about to cry thinking about it. I'm not going to do this today. But I was just like, I can't even. How do I what like in my mind? I'm like, I called my sister who lives in Charlotte, and I was freaking out. Like I couldn't even talk. I was just screaming and crying, and she was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Grandma's having a stroke." And in that little time period, in about a week's time frame, we took her to the hospital about 4 times. That first day, they said she wasn't having a stroke, that her blood pressure and her blood sugar was so high that it was causing her to have stroke-like symptoms. All right, cool. Fine, we'll take her home. And then the next day, they put her on some kind of, we found out she was diabetic. We didn't know that at the time. She knew, my grandmother knew, but didn't tell us. And she hadn't been taking any insulin. She hadn't been taking her blood sugar. And so I was getting frustrated. Well, we didn't find that out until later on. Probably like a couple weeks later that we found out that she wasn't doing any of that. So the next day we took her back to the hospital because her blood sugar was 563. That's not good. So even then they said, no, she's not having a stroke. Her blood sugar is just really, really high and she needs to get some insulin. I said, okay, fine. A week later, her body went numb. I was at work and it just so happened that I was on break when it happened. Okay. And my mom called me and was like, we got to take Grandma to the hospital. She's having a stroke. And I dropped everything, left work and went to the hospital. I stayed at the hospital all day and I was like, I don't care what y'all got to say. Y'all gonna take these points off at work, blah, blah. And even still, I was so afraid. Like, because I've had my aunt, my mom's baby sister, she had a stroke in 2016. Yeah, 2016. And it just, seeing that happen and seeing how she was in ICU for months, like it just, I was like, I can't let that happen. I don't want that to happen. And instead of being like, okay, I know that God can get me through this. God is a healer. He's a miracle worker. He is able to do all these things. Instead of thinking of it that way, I immediately became afraid. And, when we have faith in God, we have to have unshakable faith. I was looking, I think her name is Latrice Ryan. I think that's her name. She has a conference called Unshakable Faith. And that's literally what we have to have in God. We have to be so confident that we know everything's going to be all right. Even if it don't go the way that I want it to, it's still going to be all right. Because he's in control. And everything works together for the good of them that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. So, I am I'm at a place now where I'm like, okay, God told me to start this and to do it this way. And I have to be confident that he knows what he's doing. I might not know what I'm doing. And that's the problem for a lot of people, including myself. I like to know all the details. I like to know this is what's going to happen here, 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 and here. Like, I need to know everything. But when I can't, because I have like a little bit of a control issue, like if I can't do it the way that I want to do it, then it's like a problem for me. And so I have to, we have to be able to trust him and understand that he is in control and know that he got it. He got it. Like, something else could happen today. But I'm like, I'll be like, I'll rather be, I almost want to be cocky in my faith and in my confidence in God. Like, almost like, if you read today's blog post, and it does go up every Tuesday at 10:45, I wrote about Elijah, and Elijah was cocky, boastful, all of that. And the God that he served, he was like, all y'all over there can believe Baal if y'all want to, but I believe God. And he's like, Baal can't even light a piece of wood that's dry. My God gonna light a piece of wood that's been soaked in water and is still sitting in water right now. Watch. Like, it's like, I want to be able to have that kind of like, I know what's going on. Like, I know he gonna do it. Like, even though we have to have faith the size of a mustard seed, I want to just, I want my faith to be bigger than that. So, I'm saying all that to say we have to be confident in him. All right. So, that is this week's Tuesday Talk, and I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited for this, and I love you. Bye.